Okay, today we are going to be doing lash lifts with this Permania eyelash lifting kit. Now inside the kit, you will open it up and you will see you have your tools, your rods, and all of your perm solutions. You have step 1, which is the actual perming solution, step 2, the setting solution, and step 3, which is an essence conditioning oil. Each box has these individual packets, which make it really easy. You can actually tape them off and use them for later, but they're little individual sachets, so you never have to leave your solution overexposed for too long. When you open the toolbox, you'll see these 3 things that look like this. Here you have your Keratin Boost, which is a conditioning treatment that I never actually use on clients because there's only one per thing, and once you use it, it's pretty much like not able to use again. You have your glue, which is very sticky, and then you have your actual rod tool that is for placing the lashes onto the rods and smoothing them out with this end to make them straight. Next, we have our actual perming rods. There are 3 different styles of rods inside of this box. You have your basic shields, which we know for most lash lifting kits. And then you also have the actual rods that work great for people who have stubborn lashes. And you can pick and choose which ones you want to use. Now we have our setup of how we have all of our tools laid out before a lash lift. Make sure your lashes on your client are nice and clean. You want no makeup residue, and you want them completely bare, like these. Now we're going to place pads under her eyes. I like to cut a little slit in the corners here. This helps the pad lay smoothly along the bridge of the nose. And we will place the pads just like doing lash extensions. You just want them under the eyes so that we keep those lower lashes from getting lifted in with the top lashes. But you see how much nicer that lays with that little cut there? Perfect. We'll go ahead and do the other side. And then your client is all prepped and ready for her lash lift. Now, when choosing the right rod for your client, you want to make sure that you analyze the lashes. You don't want a super strong curl on someone with long lashes, and then vice versa. You don't want less of a curl for someone with short lashes. So hers are medium length, so we're gonna do a medium pad, but we're gonna see if the shields or the rods sit better on her natural eyelid. So we're gonna put one of each on each side before we put glue on, just to see which ones tend to sit just slightly better. And as you can see, the rods actually sit a little nicer on her lid and it'll be easier to apply. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply both of these rods to her lids. So you're gonna take the glue and apply it to the backs of the rods. And as you can see, I'm speeding this up because it is a longer process than we want to watch in slow motion, full time. But we're gonna place these rods nicely till they form to her lid, like so. So the glue can be extra sticky sometimes. You just kind of have to, work with it. You can warm it up to thin it out a little bit, but the stickier is actually a better glue because it holds much better than the non-sticky glues. So sorry that my hair keeps getting in the way, but we're gonna go ahead and now apply the glue to the actual pad. So once you've applied quarter of the way, you take the little tool and you pull those lashes up onto the lash rod. And this is the form of what your lashes are gonna lift into. So this is very key to making sure that these lashes stick. Another key point is make sure that you put the glue in the center of the lash rod and not at the base, because you want the base to be free of the glue so that that's where you're applying the actual perm lifting solution, is at the base of her lashes. You don't want glue there. We're just pulling these up onto the, as you can see, I'm pulling it up to the glue. So the glue's only at the tips of her lashes. As you can see, this glue is very stringy. I probably should have heated it up. Again, don't mind my hair, but I'm pulling these lashes up. I'm really hoping you can see on the other eye much better. But I will zoom in and take a video of the front so you can see what it's supposed to look like after it's been lifted onto those pads. Make sure you are adding the glue in little sections directly to the pad so that you have fresh glue for when you're lifting those lashes onto it, because the glue does dry out and you don't want a ton of glue on those pads. So only do sections. You can see it much better as I'm lifting it up here. No, my hand's in the way, but hopefully you're getting the gist of this. So again, applying more glue to the outer part where we haven't put the lashes at yet, and we're lifting that up. Again, like I said, I will show you what they look like from the frontal view. Here's what they look like on the pad. So there is no glue at the base of her lashes, only at the tips. Go ahead and lift back and make sure that there's no lashes from underneath stuck in with the others so they don't get permed up into the upper lashes. Now I am going to be applying the actual solution to the lashes. Step one's obviously first, and this is the stinky step. It is pink. Don't get it confused with the other steps. This has to be first. Now this step should only be left on for 5 minutes. Now it's time for removal. Take your tool and scrape off the excess solution onto a cotton swab or any type of towel that you don't mind putting the solution on. I like the cotton towels because they are disposable. Do both sides before you apply the next step. This first step is crucial to remove at that time marker, 5 minutes, or 7 minutes for very, very strong lashes, but never exceed 7 minutes. Now it is time to apply step 2, the blue solution. Do not get this confused again with the pink one. I love that these ones are color coordinated because it's easier to remember which step is which. Pink is first, blue is second. This step will actually stay on 10 minutes, up to 12 minutes. Now it's time to remove step 2. Same way as we removed step 1, take the tool and wipe off the excess. After this step, you could move on to step 3. I, however, am going to be tinting her lashes today, and you can use any tint that you like to work with. I personally like to work with Rectifil. Take another one of those little lip applicators and apply the tint all around these lashes. And you want to really move the tip back and forth amongst the lashes so you get around all the angles. And once that is all set and put on there, you let it sit for a while until you see that the tint is taken to her lashes. When the tint looks like it has processed completely, just like with the other steps, I like to wipe off the excess. The tint can really irritate the eyes if there's too much when you're trying to remove it and the fumes get in their eye. So when you remove this excess amount, it makes it a lot easier to clean without having any burning sensation whatsoever for your client. Now that you've gotten most of the tint wiped away, take a wet, moist cloth and just wipe some of that excess off that. Don't do it too vigorously because you really don't want to submerge these lashes so that the lift sets and has time to cure properly. Now we will take step 3, which is the lotion solution. It's called Essence. It's the orange packet. Now it is clear, it is not actually orange, but you're just gonna put it on a little swab and rub up and down where the glue was to help get those lashes off of the rod. You can also use this oil to get the glue off their lid or anywhere else that the glue may have gotten. It will really break it down. Plus, this step nourishes their lashes again since we just did a chemical solution on them. Make sure to brush those lashes upwards. Don't brush them down because as the solution is still setting, you want to brush them upwards so you're not losing any curl whatsoever. Then I like to take a little bit of alcohol to clean away any of that extra dye and tint that might be on the lid. When all the solution is cleaned off and there's no more glue on the lid, you can now blow dry the lashes. Then remove the pads, and the lift should be complete.